Hey everybody, hope this finds you all healthy and well. Hard to believe it's back to school time again already, but here we are. I know we say it every summer. This summer definitely has flown by faster than others though, as believe it or not, our girls have been back in school for the past 2 weeks. You're looking at the newest 6th grader, Reese, and 3rd grader, Lucy, in our home. Y'all want to say hey?
Hello.
So the school district made the decision to send kids back early this year to get everybody on a modified year-round schedule, so we're adjusting to that. Unfortunately, due to the rise of COVID cases in our area, the district had to make the tough decision to send kids back home for virtual learning for this week, as they hopefully come up with a plan to send kids back safely in the coming weeks. So we're home, we're praying for district leaders and teachers to have wisdom as they're making tough decisions, and we're here trying to make the most of things, right girls?
Mm-hmm.
So, Reese and Lou, I'm sure everybody would love to hear a little bit about school and how things are going so far, but why don't y'all tell them just a little bit about summer so far? Any favorite things from summer?
I like the running camp.
Reese liked the Daniel Lyons running camp. The local high school had a running camp here where the girls discovered their love for running, which they did not get from me, but excited they got to experience that. How about you, Lou?
I like tubing down the river.
And Lucy and we all enjoyed tubing down the river in West Jefferson, North Carolina, up in the mountains. So we did. We had a lot of great family time. We made it to the beach and the mountains again this summer, which is always the measure of a successful summer for us. How about school? How's school going? What's your favorite thing so far about 6th grade?
My band.
Reese is in the middle school band playing the flute. So enjoying that so far. How about you, Lou?
I like my teacher and my friends that are in my class.
And Lucy likes her teacher and her friends. And of course, John Henry has one more year in 4K before he joins the elementary school with Lucy. So never a dull moment in our house as always. Just wanted to give these girls the opportunity to say, hey, know again that we consistently remind them of you all and your love and prayers for us. Really grateful for the ways you continue to love on our family and continue to provide for ministry. So I'm gonna let these girls say bye and we'll continue with a short update on ministry on campus this fall. Y'all wanna say bye?
Bye.
All right. Well, as if adjusting to a new school year and having a middle schooler in our home isn't enough adjustment for 1 year, we as Greek IV staff are preparing for another year of ministry where it looks like we may need to continue to adjust. With colleges and universities opening up across the Carolinas, many of them this week, we're certainly hoping and planning for as much in-person ministry that we might experience in a normal year, while also knowing that we may need to continue to hold these plans loosely and to adapt based on the changing COVID guidelines and campus access. Admittedly, this can be frustrating and tiring for staff, needing to continue to adapt and to adjust. But we know, thankfully, that God is not limited by any of these challenges and uncertainty. We've certainly seen him work in incredible ways over the past 18 months. So we're continuing to hold out hope that God's going to continue to work in amazing ways this year, whatever it may look like. I'm really thankful for an in-person staff retreat we got to have last week with staff to come together, to plan, to just enjoy being together, and mostly just to pray, to offer these things to the Lord, to ask him to give us the energy, the wisdom, the creativity, and the adaptability for whatever this May year have in store. You'll see behind me, many of you are familiar with the Greek IV composite. Underneath all the sticky notes are 55 campuses in the Carolinas that have fraternity and sorority life, representing thousands of students. So this past week at this retreat, we got to spend some time. I got to lead a prayer exercise where we got to just offer some of our prayer requests and dreams for what we long to see God do this year. I'll share just a few of them with you for now and invite you to pray along with us. First and foremost, we're praying, we're dreaming to see God breathe new life into students, to see God move things from death to life. This is a reference to a passage in Ezekiel 37 where God comes to the prophet Ezekiel, shows him this kind of hopeless vision of a valley of dry bones, and then he shows Ezekiel a vision becoming a reality of God breathing new life into these bones and raising them up into a vast army. So that's certainly always a prayer of ours, to see students come to faith, to a life-giving, a life-changing relationship with Jesus, and then to see these students come together into an army of sorts with a vision, a mission to reach their friends with the gospel. So that's certainly a prayer and a dream. We invite you to pray with us. Along with that, we're praying for God to continue to raise up more student leaders on new campuses, more staff, and more volunteers. One highlight this year, we actually hired a new student ministry intern at Clemson, which is a new thing for us. We hired a guy named Hunter, who I've had the privilege to know for a few years, to come on part-time with us as a student this year with the intent to come on for longer in future years after he graduates. But we're praying for more opportunities like this for God to call students onto staff. In addition to working with more volunteers, we got to have another summer Bible study over Zoom this summer in the Psalms, which was great, which was volunteer-led. So we're praying for more volunteers to come alongside and partner with us too. So appreciate your prayers for that as well. And of course, just again, for the adaptability, the creativity, the wisdom to adjust as we need to this year. So specifically, in my role continues to be threefold in providing supervision for staff. In addition to Greek IV staff, I'm filling in for a friend and colleague, Adam Saloom, while he's on sabbatical this fall. Adam is the South Carolina area ministry director, so I'm filling in and providing some additional supervision for South Carolina staff. So providing supervision for staff, also serving as a coach and a consultant for InterVarsity staff, reaching Greek students. That's been a joy to work with staff who are excited to reach Greek students on their campuses. I'm going to continue to offer support and coaching there. And then, of course, to connect with students directly. I've told you before about Sarah and Will, student leaders at UNC Greensboro. I'm excited to get to continue to work with them again this fall while their staff, Katie, is on sabbatical. Actually talking with them this week, Sarah and Will, about getting ministry started back at UNCG. They're really excited. And that's just one example of many of students across the Carolinas that I get to connect with to help them both grow in their relationship with Jesus and to think about how to reach their friends. So our vision to reach Greek students across the Carolinas, to see every Carolinas Greek one friend away from Jesus, remains as strong as ever. Continue to appreciate your prayers and partnership that helps to bring this vision in reality. Yeah, and thank you especially for prayers for leadership going into this new year. I look forward to keeping you updated. God bless.